Hello my friends, and welcome to the start of a new weekly reading vlog. It is Monday, the 20th of December. I'm starting to get real nervous. I'm starting to get real anxious about all the books that I need to finish before the end of the year, so I'm gonna make this week the best week I can. My goal is to finish 5 books this week. We'll see if we can do it. Last night I started Magic for Liars by Sarah Galey. I know that I had this whole strategy of reading the largest books first and saving the quicker, shorter books for the end. But I just really felt in the mood to pick this up. And I think I was correct to trust my mood. I read the prologue and the first 2 chapters. So I'm right here, not very far in at all, 29 pages, but very much enjoying it so far. So in this, we are following our main character, Ivy? Yeah, Ivy. Ivy is a private investigator. Her sister is a witch, a wizard, a magic user, and there is in this world like a secret magical society. And at this magical academy where her sister works, as a professor, I believe. Her sister has magic. She does not have any magic, and so there's some tension there between them. I think because of that, don't know for sure yet. But someone ends up dying at the magical school. The magical community, I guess, has their own like magical police, and the headmaster was not satisfied with the results of their investigation, so she ends up hiring Ivy to take on the case. Ivy, who has knowledge of the magical world but is not actually a part of it. So far so good. Like I said, I'm only 29 pages in, but I really like Ivy already as a main character. And I always love seeing sibling dynamics in books, especially between sisters. I think there's some interesting things going on because she did mention early on in the book that she hasn't talked to her sister or seen her sister in years. I'm very excited about the magic in here as well. So I think that this is going to be a really fun one, and my goal is to finish this book today. If I could finish a book a day this week, that would be awesome. I don't think it's going to happen, but we can hope. So this is the first book on the agenda, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll like switch off. Maybe I'll read this one today and then pick up a bigger one tomorrow, and then whenever I finish that, pick up a smaller one. Try to keep some momentum going because I'm stressed. I'm not saying that I made a mistake, okay? I'm not saying that this project was a mistake. I'm just saying that I'm never doing it again. I'm never doing it again. I'm never putting this pressure on myself again to read through an entire large list of over 100 books by the end of the year. Like I'm not doing it again, or close to 100. It wasn't quite 100 books, but yeah, I'm never doing it again. I'm gonna try, I have a whole plan and goals for the coming year, for 2022. I will be doing a 2022 reading goals video soon. I need to film today, which reminds me, and I have, you probably hear them in the background. My kids are home because it's winter break, and yeah, it's crazy. My house is a mess. I need to clean, and the kids are there, and it's gonna be an interesting week. I don't know how I'm gonna film my videos with the kids around because they're always loud and obnoxious. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. We're very, very close to Christmas, which is exciting. The kids are very, very excited. But anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna focus on today. I have no idea, but I do know that I will try to get through this. And it's only 300 and something pages. Like, it's not a long book at all. It's 333 pages. I can get through that in a day. So the next time you see me will be when I have finished this book. I'm not gonna update you again until sorry about the kids in the background. Until I finish this book. My friends, look what I just got in the mail. It's the A Clockwork Reader reading journal. So I actually ordered this. I pre-ordered this as soon as I found out about it because I wanted to support Hannah. There's Hannah. She made this beautiful reading journal. I didn't know if it was going to work for me, and then I saw her. She recently did a flip through of the journal, and I realized that it's not exactly what I need for the year for a reading journal, but I'm still going to make it work for me. So I picked it up. It looks so pretty in person. I'm really excited to get into this and set it up for 2022. And it seems like a really nice quality. I think it's just so pretty. There's a lot of just really beautiful spreads in here. We've got favorite books, reading goals, reading stats, to be read. This is perfect. There's lots of those pages. So I am gonna have a lot of fun setting this up. I just love it. It's really nice. It's all, you know, drawn and designed by her. So I'm really excited to get started on this. So this has like your typical reading journal setup where it's like, it gives you a space for a book review, and I'm going to kind of change this to work for my needs because I'm not gonna use one whole page for a review for a book. Because I think it only has room for 100 books anyway. I usually read more than that. We'll see how it works out, but I am so excited to use it. I know that I wanted to do a separate reading journal this year, and I'm just very happy to have it. Good morning, friends. It's Tuesday, and last night I finished Magic for Liars by Sarah Galey. I really loved this. This is supposed to be, and it is, a murder mystery set at a magic school, and like that should be enough to hook you in. It was enough to hook me in, but that's what it is on the surface. It's so much more than that. However, we get this really in-depth look at sibling relationships and sibling rivalry. So we have Ivy and her sister Tabitha. Tabitha was born with magic and Ivy was not, and she, like, that has defined her life, Ivy's life, for her entire life, is the fact that her sister was the special one. Her sister was the one who got magic, and she is not special. She doesn't have magic. And you kind of get to see her obsession with that, her obsession with being non-magical, and how badly she wants to be a part of that world. And she gets the opportunity to kind of like pretend for a little bit that she is. And it's not only just like the sibling thing, but it's the identity, the way Ivy self-identifies is so wrapped up in her feelings about her sister being better than her and about her not having magic, that it takes her a while to accept herself and to get to where she needs to be. And it was such an amazing journey to follow. The mystery itself was very engaging, very intriguing, and the little bits of magic and magical theory that we get throughout this novel was so intriguing. Like, I couldn't turn pages fast enough. I was so obsessed with this world and this idea and these concepts. And I guessed who the culprit was, but even then I didn't guess the why or the how or anything like that. And when we got that reveal, when we got that twist, it was so interesting. It was so interesting. There's also a like chosen one prophecy type thing in here, and the way that Sarah Galey subverts that is so interesting as well. I loved everything about this. This was a 5 out of 5 stars. I'm obsessed. It was so good. I'm so glad that I got a chance to read it before the end of the year. I'm so glad that I was in the mood to read it, and like I read it pretty much all in one day, you know, because it was so good. Highly recommend. I adored this. I adored the writing. I really loved the voice of the main character. It was so much. This book did so much in so few pages. It had so much to say, but it was still just a really interesting murder mystery set at this magical school. Just amazing. So excited to read everything by Sarah Galey. I definitely think that they could be a favorite author for me. So moving into what we're reading next, I decided to pick up The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I read the prologue. Yeah, the prologue last night, which was it was only like 6 pages, so like not very far in at all, but I'm going to attempt to read this today, like all today. I don't know if that'll happen. It's 500 pages exactly. That's with acknowledgements. So yeah, it's 500 pages. We'll see if I can get through this all in one day. If not, that's fine. I'll finish it up tomorrow. But yeah, if I could get most of it read today and then finish it up tomorrow morning, that is the ultimate idea, the ultimate goal. Good morning, friends. Actually, it's more like afternoon at this point. It's Friday, and I did finally finish The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I thought that this was really, really good. I think it kind of felt like Six of Crows meets The Diviners. Set in the early 1900s in New York City. It's like, so it's historical fantasy, and we're following our main character Esta, who is tasked with, okay, well, maybe I should explain the situation first. So basically there's what is known as the brink that allows magicians to come into the city but does not allow them to leave. If they try to leave, the brink drains them of their magic and their life. So basically some people can survive, but they're just like a shell of their former selves because their magic and, you know, like part of their soul has been ripped away. So in this world there are mages. Mages are known, like everyone in the world knows about magic. But there's also an order of people who are not born mages, but have found like scientific ways of manipulating magic. And they very much hate natural born mages. They fear them, they hate them, and the mages are constantly fighting against this order. So Esta is from the present. She has an ability to travel through time, and so she travels back to 1902 to retrieve this book that will supposedly help her to break the brink in her current time. And a lot of things go wrong along the way. So that's pretty much the premise of this. And like I said, it definitely felt like Six of Crows meets The Diviners. And in fact, like I even found similarities between characters in here to Six of Crows, especially like the main gang boss character from the 1900s. I enjoyed this. I thought it was really, really well done, and I can see why a lot of people absolutely love this. It has very high ratings. The atmosphere was super, super strong. We have very well developed characters. We have a very intriguing plot and magic system. And then we also have like this plot twist towards the end of the book that was done really, really well. And I enjoyed that. I will say, however, that I feel very similar to this that I have with some other YA books that I've read this year, where it's perfect on paper. Like I felt very similarly to The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. It seems like everything that I would want on paper, but I feel like I've read things similar at this point. You know, I've read similar stories to this and similar characters to this, that it didn't have the same effect as maybe it would have if I had read it sooner. I've been hearing about this book for so long. Because I think it came out in 2017. I think that this was one of the first books that I ever heard about on BookTube. And that's when I started watching BookTube, was in 2017. So maybe if I had read this sooner, or maybe if I had given it more time, I don't know. But I just didn't have an emotional connection to the characters or the story, and I ended up giving it a 3 stars. Not bad. I think that this is definitely a standout book. I do definitely recommend it. It just wasn't anything special. Not special, it just wasn't anything unique enough for me to really enjoy it. But I'm very, very glad that I read it, because if I hadn't read it, I would have kept thinking about it, thinking that this could be a new favorite. So I don't know, I have so many books left to read and not a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of reading time. The only reason I finished this was because I stayed up till like 6 o'clock in the morning. Not gonna lie, I just could not sleep last night. And I was like, I might as well make the best of it and read this book. So that's what I did. But because my kids are home on winter break, my husband is on vacation as well, I'm spending a lot of time with the family, with the kids, with the husband, while also trying to film and edit videos with the kids around and all the normal stuff that I have to do on a daily basis. It leaves very little room for reading right now. So I don't know if I'm gonna spend more late nights reading or if I'm just gonna make some tough decisions. I have, though, picked up the audiobook for A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. This is YA fantasy and it's pretty short. It is 350 pages, so I'm thinking I can get through this all in one day, which is my goal for today. Like, this wasn't the biggest priority for me, but honestly right now I just want something quick and easy to get through. So picking this up, and we'll see how this goes. Hi friends, I hope you all had an amazing holiday. Today is Sunday, and when I first started this vlog, I had big plans. I wanted to get through 5 books this week. Didn't quite make it, but I totally forgot that it was Christmas week when I made those plans. So obviously spent a lot of time with family. We opened presents, but we had a great time. We had a great holiday. My brother is here visiting, and yeah, it was great. But the week has come to an end, and I'm pretty sure I barely have any footage for this vlog. I haven't even started editing it, but I'm sure you understand. It was Christmas week. It was busy. I didn't have a lot of time for reading, which I should have known that would happen. But I did finish 2 books, and then I did DNF 2 books. So let's talk about those. The first book I finished was Magic for Liars by Sarah Galey, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars and absolutely adored. I loved it. Very excited to read more from this author. And then I read The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell, which I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. Pretty sure that I'm not going to continue with the series, but I am really glad that I read it. And then I attempted to read A River of Royal Blood. I got like 50, maybe a little over 50 pages in, and decided that I just wasn't interested. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the book itself. It seems like it could be a really fun YA fantasy, just not something that I was interested in at this particular time. I didn't care, unfortunately. And the same goes for Forest of Souls. So I actually picked this up on a whim after DNFing this one. This one I got a little bit further in. I got like 120 something pages in, and nothing wrong with this either. Like, this is really cool YA fantasy. The world is very interesting. We've got like Drake writers, like there's great magical creatures in here. The magic system is based on shamanism, and our main character recently discovers that she has shaman powers, and she like accidentally brought her friend back to life. So interesting story, and I think that the world is so interesting and unique. I just don't care about the characters. I don't really care about anything else, to be honest. So I went ahead and DNF'd it. So yeah, I read 2 books this week. I DNF'd 2 books this week. That's just what it was. We've got 5 more days left in the month, and I'm gonna try to get through as many books as I possibly can next week. But my kids are still on vacation, my husband's still on vacation. I really don't know how much reading I'll get done. I might end up unhauling a lot more books than I had originally planned to do, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm very excited for a fresh start next year. As far as all my reads, put those up there because those I read. These are gonna go in the unhaul pile, and this is actually like a stunning copy. I don't know if I showed you, but this is the Fairy Loot edition. It's got this beautiful art print and like art on the dust jacket. It's so pretty. Little spider. Yeah, so someone will be very happy to find that at the used bookstore, I'm sure. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this week's vlog. But I hope you still enjoyed. Talk to me down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.